Hello, ladies and gentlemen. As you may or may not imagine, it is currently Monday, September 12th, 2011, and this is Day 9, daily number 344. There hasn't been a daily in ages, and I went on vacation, but I'm off vacation, and I'm back, and I am ready to do Funday frickin' Monday. How cool everything is. You live viewers are probably noticing that it is in 480p. That is correct. I dropped it down to 480p to minimize lag, because as you know, my internet was doing wonky things, and it still is, and this is the way to fix it. But you archive viewers are still getting crisp, full quality 720p HD because you don't require internet for me. In very exciting news, a lot of people were asking about bank. Bank is because, I don't know if you guys have ever done this, but someone in your family gives you a check for your birthday, which by the way is the greatest present. I mean, there's like these sentimental like cards that people make and they, buy you things with thought, but if you just give me money, then I know myself really well. And there's things that I would want that, wouldn't even make sense to you. So I can just go out and get those myself and it's not a big problem, right? This is awesome. So my birthday, for any of you who were wondering, was June 27th. So I haven't cashed it in a while, right? So one of my wonderful family members, my grandma, actually called me. She's like, "Hello, Sean." Oh. She's very sweet. "Sean, have you happened to cash that check?" And I'm like, "Oh, Grandma, I didn't at all. Sorry. Still, it's been like 2 months." And she was like, "Well, if you could deposit it because I'm having trouble balancing my checkbook." And I was kind of felt a little bit bad about that, I guess, but part of me wanted to be like, why are you balance your checkbook, Grandma? It's not like she needs the money because she paid her house off 20 years ago, but apparently I'm really getting in the way of things, so I had to remember to actually go there and do that. So it's a little bit of Day 9's life being presented to you. And just for the record, my grandma actually is the coolest person in the known universe, and in case you didn't believe so, here's a picture from Christmas. Yeah! My grandma and grandpa thug stylin'. Is your grandma and grandpa that cool? No. No, absolutely not in a million years. Yeah, West Side grandmama, and I promise I'll cash the check. I just kind of forgot, and I had to get gas today, so I haven't actually have not done that. But you know what? That's okay. Everything's all right, because we're about to jump into Funday Monday, where the constraints for the day were actually perhaps the most awful I've ever imposed upon people in my entire life. It's only queens, spine crawlers, spore crawlers, overseers, overlords, and drones. It's just like the no Zerg unit. You just don't get units, right? Sounds awesome. So, interestingly, I also prepared this daily 2 weeks ago. And normally I prepare them the day before and the day of, so this is kind of a stretch of time. So we're going to experiment. We're going to figure out what the hell I actually planned from last week and figure out if it was actually anything useful. I have some weird notes like LOLOL drone game is actually in my notes on this monitor over here. We're going to do a big exploration of it. So let's go ahead and hop into the daily. This is the intro game where we have in the top right, the enemy. It is Sanotra in the top right, and his opponent, our hero, Pixie, I'm just going to call him Pixie, down there in that bottom left. And it is heating up in here a little bit, so you know what? It's not. Oh, yes. No, the unbuttoning was fine, but then the popping collar, let's keep it formal, if at the very least quite sexy. So let's hop into this. This is the intro game to Funday Mondays, where we figure out what the hell the daily was about and get a chance to see it in action. Look at this. Good day, 9, sir. Sanotra 9, sorry. Fine, sir. Smooth. Oh, that is so good. Oh, Sanotra, trying to slip that in. Fine, sir. I kiss you, honey. What? Miss you? Miss you? That's a great way to backpedal. Actually, I don't care. I'm in a wonderful mood today. What was it like the first time you wanted to kiss someone, but you didn't know how to ask? I'm curious about this. I really am. Because right now, I am just so smooth. It happens automatically. Just saying. But I distinctly recall back then, I would do one of those, Want to kiss me? What? Nothing. Nothing. Bye! And I would actually run away. It was in 6th grade, so I guess you're pretty mentally developed in 6th grade, but that's what I would do. That was my technique. And of course, Sinotra doing his miss you, kiss you. Great move, Sinotra. We'll be going for the refinery first. Meanwhile, we see our good buddy, old Pixie, old pal, ask, oh, look at this. What is your strategy? This is good. This is the good old scout. It looks like he's scouting on 12. Pixie says it seems to be lose. Don't beat yourself up, Pixie. You're just doing Funday Monday. It looks like they're talking a little bit about losing streak. They're doing the little sad face. And this is my 2nd Terran match in months, so you might win. Pixie, sweet. Accept your toss. I think I might know at least one reason why Pixie's not performing so well. His reading has impaired his ability to identify his opponent's race. Accept your toss, but he's going to be in for a very painful surprise when he discovers Sinatra. Am I? Now this, I mean, if you this is your vision, this actually looks like a dubious player. Oh, am I? But of course, from Sinotra's position, he's like, am I? Is this? Am I Terran? Is that what's going on here? It's not a big deal. Pixie, he's hanging in there. He's sending a drone scout. He's going to confirm his suspicions, and he is going to discover that indeed, this is not looking very Protossly at this juncture in time. Huh, very never mind, says Pixie. If I was Toss, I would likely win. Sinatra, I like that. You know what? I really like that because a lot of people say things like, you know, oh, if you don't do this, I wouldn't have lost, or that sort of thing. What he's doing is bragging about not him right now. He's like in the game. He's being like, man, my brother's so good at StarCraft 2. So that's fine, but if you lose, I'm still going to get your points. Still going to gobble your points up, as I were doing a Nicholas Tasteless plot impersonation. And this is the point in time where my memory of this game actually dries up. Because again, I prepared this so long ago, so we're actually going to do a little process of discovery here. Looks like some Reapers are going around, and why so many Spine Crawlers? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, Pixie's not actually allowed to build units in this game. So this is going to be an interesting set of decisions. What's Pixie going to follow his Spine Crawler no queens up with? Well, he's getting a layer. So at the very least will allow him to get drop tech for his Spine Crawlers. He's getting the Carapace upgrade. This will no doubt help his queens and his drones. Oh, look at this, getting the double drop tech. Now, this is going to only be able to support queens and drones because in this daily, you're quite honestly not allowed to build any units at all. So we're seeing a good amount of Spine Crawlers get put down. This is your main offensive tool when you're doing the only Queen Spine Crawler, Spore Crawler, Drone Overlord, Overseer build. But we're seeing some drones getting rallied together. Oh my goodness. Pixie. Oh, I remember this game. Oh shit. Oh, Pixie. Alright, Pixie. He's getting ready. He's going to do a drone queen drop. And, you know, if you're doing a drone queen drop and I've restricted you to only building drones and queens, it's fine. That's fine. But Pixie, man. Oops. Look at that money, Pixie. Look at that money. Oh, 2170. He's even collecting gas. Is he still collecting gas? Oh, he has one in gas. It's actually quite good thought process because you can't actually build any gas units. And it looks like we're committing to an attack. Now, in a Terran 1-1-1 build, your main actually does look like this as the Terran player. We don't actually have any SCVs participating, but it looks like Pixie's going to pull in. All right, now, tactically, we're seeing that there's only one bunker. We have some siege tanks here. Sinotra, oh no, doesn't appear to have enough defense, and we see that the Zerg's food Pixie is really high, so we see the Drone Queen dropping into the main right now. It's going to be a very aggressive push. Oh, and we see some nice transfuses going on. Quickly build the Spine Crawlers. Now we see why Pixie had all that money saved up. Quickly transfuse, Pixie. Quickly transfuse. All right, Pixie, transfuse at any point. If you just hit the T button at one point, Pixie. Trixie Pixie. Alright, looks like we have some stuff down. But we're not doing too great in the units killed count, in the workers killed count. It looks like he's going for the drone surround, but it's not actually working out too great. He is going to be able to take the tank out. Now, if he can quickly build some more Spine Crawlers, he'll be in good shape. But right now, amazingly, Sinatra has identified the salient aspect of this build is that the counter to drone queen drops is units of any kind. So we're going to see Pixie in a little bit of a struggle bear situation. where he's going to try to recoup his losses, but right now, these spine crawlers can't actually unburrow. They just have to sit there and slowly die. Looks like Pixie's feeling a little bit indignant, but that's fine. He had some money stockpiled in the bank. He's going to re-expand. His spine crawlers will be dying on their own. But Sinotra has taken, amazingly, some damage at all. I mean, I know this is mostly red, but I mean, don't discount this. This is doing good. This is like a very high D-. But keep in mind, it's not the lowest D- you could get. So we saw that the spine crawlers actually... Was this really a scouting expedition that we just saw? Was he trying to sneak in? Let's actually go to the Sinatra camp. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, they're trying to get some information. But it's okay, they're going to retreat into the shadow. Okay, yeah, they couldn't even burrow. Okay. Okay, just a little bit of scouting, spine crawling action. It's a high D-. But Pixie's not giving up. He's going for round number 2. So he's going to be bringing the overlords in, and... there it goes down. And... oh, it was so close. It was so close. In the unit counting station, we do see that it's 52 Marines. We have 50 drones. We have some Queens. But the Queens are going to try to transfuse. Yes. Yes. This build is effective against anything but armies. So there you go. There's your intro to the Funday Monday theme for today. It's hard. It's actually quite difficult to do anything under any circumstance to anybody because unless you're really getting the spine crawlers in there, it's going to be a little bit tough. So let's go ahead and jump into a game where there's a little bit more success on our player's standpoint. And for any of you who haven't seen the wonderful discussion about micro, we're going to be seeing a game from Dave. It's a Dave game. Let's go ahead and hop back into the game. Once it loads up, there it is. Boom. We have Gorge versus Dave. In the bottom left, we have Gorge, the enemy, and we have David. David's hanging out up in top right. He's feeling great. He has woken up in the morning, and he has decided to do a strategy that has a 99% lose rate. He is going to be doing Funday Monday this afternoon. Dave now hatching himself good old drones. He's going to be doing a scouting expedition to make sure his opponent isn't Protoss, as some of our players have done before. We see Gorge betraying his intentions a little bit, keeping his barracks back at the backside a little bit. And, ooh, it looks like it's going to be a 2 racks opening. But Zerg is... it's not a scout. It's going to be he's scouting with creep. David. This is so wonderful. David now moving in with some drones. He's gearing up. He's getting ready. Now, if you thought a 2 racks was effective on this position in Xel'Naga Caverns, it's largely because you can actually hide a Marine here while you build a bunker. But if you expand to the bottom natural no matter what, it's a little easier to hold off bunker rushes that are placed in this location. So that's great decision making by Dave. Just going for the easier to defend natural expansion while we see Gorge is proceeding to... well, I guess it's reasonable for him not to expect his opponent to expand right here, but of course that mistake will be quite costly. Gorge is concluding that either something is fishy or his opponent is awful. As it turns out, his opponent is actually just awful. He's expanding to the front of the base, and David is going to be expanding no problem at all. And now we see the spine crawler plop down, and... are you serious? Gorge, oh, hit the spine crawlers. No, absolutely not. David is getting aggressive. And there's the first spine crawler going down. David, moving forward. David hiding his queen, nestling her gently between the strong spine crawlers that are there. This is starting to sound like a fanfic. Aptly planting herself between the smooth, functional spine crawlers as they encroach forward on the front of Gorge's base. And we see more creep tumors getting added on. Now, Gorge is in a little bit of an interesting position because his tech lab is a little bit vulnerable. He can't get any upgrades, not just because it's vulnerable, but also because he's just really not collecting any gas. Here it comes in. Spine crawler starting to plant forward, and Dave is going to give us a wonderful demonstration of how to break a bunker rush at your natural expansion. For any of you Zergs who are worried about the effectiveness of a 2 racks, even a 3 racks opening against the early expand, we can see that the spine crawler push is doing some significant damage, especially when their bunker is up on the high ground. Marines trying to move down, and with a little bit of micro, very strong functional spine crawlers are making their way up. He's lining them up, and the bunker falls. Gorge inadvertently taking his duders off auto repair. And the encroachment does continue forthward. Gorge losing, but he will not give up. You see the siege tank going down. Ooh, siege tanks. You'd think that they counter spine crawlers. And that's actually quite accurate. They actually kind of directly counter them because their range is pretty substantial, pretty significant. I will say though, if you could get some sort of spine crawler range upgrade, that would just make my day as Zerg. And of course, as anyone doing the Funday Monday strategy. Now we have some interesting bit of micro I need to point out that Dave's doing. Dave is actually using a spotter spine crawler. Look at this. Look at him move up. Look at this spine crawler. David, here he goes. He's moving up. He's just poking. Nope, pulling back. Look at him. He's baiting with a spine crawler. You ever seen this? Are you serious? Oh my gosh, Dave is a man with purpose. He's going to try to sneak around this upper flank with a spine crawler. He'll now be sneaking it in. Can he get the forward spine crawler up? Oh no! One queen falls, but we do see the forward spine crawler manages to plant down. David not giving up. David not mining any gas and does have a giant queen factory back at his base. We're starting to see siege tanks going down, but he's going to break the siege tank line with some spine crawlers. Go, Dave. Do it, Dave. I believe in you, Dave. And it looks like Dave amazingly gets the siege tank. There's still another one. David might have to pull back. Doing some retreating with the spine crawlers, and we see that, oh no. Spine crawlers are taking a lot of damage because siege tanks do perform quite well. But we see the spine crawler push taking form. Gorge, all you have to do is unload or repair, or repair, or repair, or lose everything. Spine crawlers now continuing to try to advance forthwithward, whereby we will see the natural expansion of Dave doing a lot of damage to Gorge's main base. This is a very strong natural we're seeing out of Dave. And he's starting to do the roundabout. He's starting to do sneak around back attack with the creep tumors, and oh yes, the offensive creep tumors. This is so wonderful. This is like someone building a home directly under your bed. And Gorge is in terrible shape, but he's still hanging in there because he knows that the counter to siege tanks, that siege tanks counter spine crawlers quite well. Spine crawlers move forward, but Gorge, not to be deterred, he wants to be in the Funday Monday replay. He's getting there, and now we see, again, a little bit of a problem because we can't actually build any supply depots here. This is the only place where we can build any buildings. And now the queen's managed to make it forward, and the queen charge, and look at the transfuse. Very un-pixie-like, and there the siege tank is going to try to do a little bit of micro. Ooh, did not quite do it, and there's Gorge. The awesomest, most mannered player in the whole universe. Just saying, nice, look at that. Look at that. When's the last time someone's expansion killed you and you were just like, wow, well played, man. GG, bro. I liked it. I'll give it a shot next time. And that is the exact opposite of everyone who gets force fielded up their ramp by a Protoss. Have you ever noticed that I actually think I've tried to identify the #1 source of rage in all of StarCraft 2, and I actually think that I've concluded definitively that it is the force field on your ramp as Zerg. Anything make you more angry than that? Like when you're a Zerg, you have 100 drones. You figured out you're actually cheating, so you can get up to 300 food, right? You can actually make it to 300 food. So you're like, I have 100 drones. Now I'm ready to make units. And then you hear that, and there you go. Your ramp is now done. You literally cannot defend any of your bases anywhere. And why is it that anytime you get your ramp force fielded, your natural expansion just got done building a round of drones, and your main just popped off 4 additional larvae from the main hatch and the macro hatch? You know what I'm talking about? Like, so there's like 15 larvae in your main, and they all get stuck on the ramp. It is the #1, I think, reason that people get enraged in StarCraft 2. And I'm actually curious. If you can give me a better one, you should actually tweet me at Day9TV. Give me a little tweet-a-roo-ha, because I want to know what can enrage you more. Speaking of rage, we have whatever. In the bottom left, we have Jules. Up in the top right, this is not the Jules from Zynga, from the After Hours Gaming League. No, this is just a good old Jules. You too, mate. Look at the friendly attitude, the wonderful, heartwarming enthusiasm from Jules. Because players in StarCraft 2 just love playing. Now, whatever's an interesting position, because he can't actually make units. That's the one restriction, is that, oh, it looks like he's going to 10 pool. Now, this could be to get a fast queen. It almost certainly is not to get a fast set of Zerglings, because that is the Funday Monday restriction. No units of Zerg, none at all. Now we're going to see that spawning pool begin wrapping up, and uh-oh, it looks like whatever is going for it. Jules now getting up his spawning pool. Now we have seen 10 pools plus 6 Zerglings, but we haven't seen 10 pools with no Zerglings. But whatever, completely and totally indignant is advancing forward upon the enemy. To plant down, it looks like 1 spine crawler, 2 spine crawler, and Jules is going to respond to some drone-on-drone action. And we see, it's going to be some target firing. We're seeing the drones from Jules taking a lot of damage, and whatever. He's attacking his own... Did I see that right? Jules, okay, let's see it. An instant replay. He's moving out. He's doing damage to the spine crawler. And as we slow down to normal speed, we're gonna see Jules quickly kill ourselves as quickly as you can. All right, begin killing the hatchery, begin killing the queen, and quickly move around. And we see the first amount of damage being dealt. 1 drone falls. For our red player, whatever. We are seeing the queen get produced. A pair of Zerglings. These spine crawlers are getting mighty close to finishing. We do also see these are the only drones from whatever, and he only has 20 minerals. If he loses these drones, he's literally unable to get any money for the rest of the game. And that's the situation he's in. If he can get... Nope, not at all. He's actually fine. And whatever is going to go back home and start mining again. This is a good way to transition into the mid game. When if you have nothing mining and you pull back a drone, you have some advantages. You've built up 3 larvae because for about the past 2 minutes you haven't been able to do jack dog shit. So you have that buildup of larvae available to your disposal. So right now he's moving back to the base to begin the mining. The queen just got her eye poked out. But let me just show you something amazing. As I come over here, this game is actually still 1 minute from ending as we look there. It's still about a minute away. Jules, he's going to have some Zerglings pop out. They don't work. So we're going to see Jules try to get some more drones out. And suddenly Jules' ability to speak English escapes him. And I gotta say, I feel for Jules because for me, whenever... Funday Monday, whatever. Oh, whatever. Oh, you're so great. The broodlings don't work. And you're still, anything 4 letters long. Now, I want to point out the greatest thing of all. I'm going to point out something that will just probably make your heart warm. If these drones actually pull back and just fight this drone, these spine crawlers actually die off creep. Jules could actually just sack his main, let the creep proceed. He has 45 resources. He could build an extractor somewhere, and there's nothing whatever could do about it. Isn't that awesome? Isn't that often, Jules? The correct play in this situation is to just lose his fucking hatchery, let the creep recede, and there you go. I'm going to build an extractor somewhere else. Wow, what's with your logic process there, Jules? You got this, man. But it is cheesy. I can't actually deny that by whatever. That is perhaps the awesomest thing I think I've ever seen. So what we're going to do is we're going to take ourselves a brief little break. I'm going to go get my Funday Monday notes from 2 weeks or yonder, and we're going to find out what's going to happen after that. Until then, don't go away. You're watching the first Day 9 Daily in two weeks, and I couldn't be happier. See you in just a sec.